Hi, I'm Jamison Jewett, City of Manassas Fire and Rescue Department. We're here in Appleton, Wisconsin, conducting the final inspection of our 2020 Aero XT mid-mount 100-foot tower ladder. We spec this rig with the intent of keeping the rig as short as possible and as maneuverable as possible for our response area. We were able to achieve an overall height of 10 feet 10 inches and an overall length of 43 feet 4 inches. With trying to keep this apparatus as tight as possible, we did have some constrictions of compartment space, which you will see as we work our way through the compartments with how we were able to maximize as much compartmentation space as available as possible. Starting with the cab here, we did go with the TAC4 suspension on the front axle. The operational capabilities that gave us with weight rating and our cramp angle was undeniable and was an easy choice for this apparatus. Underneath the cab, we've got the DD13 motor tuned to 525 horsepower, paired with an Allison 4500 EVS transmission with the 5-to-1 gearbox. And we also programmed the aggressive downshift mode into the transmission to promote as rapid as possible engine and transmission braking. Inside the cab, we've got 3 forward-facing seats in the rear. We also built 2 custom boxes for tool storage, battery storage, gas meters, etc. And mounted to the engine tunnel, we have an EMS compartment, which will receive some further modification upon delivery. We elected to go with the 67-inch cab, so that gave us a 10-inch extension from the standard 57. With that extension, we added this compartment on here, which we went with a single pan door instead of the traditional lap door. And that gave us, in addition, we also extended the bottom of the compartment 4 inches down, which gave us as much space as possible. Our intent is to carry a water can, set of irons, and a 6-foot hook to be deployed off each side of the apparatus. We were also able to add a compartment here above the first transverse compartment. That compartment is typically allocated on the Quint models for crosslay storage. So we were able to use that space to, again, transverse, add storage space, and increase our storage capability. Our current apparatus that this is replacing has about 350 cubic feet of storage. And with our intent of keeping this rig as small as possible, we did have a little bit of a give and take with some loss in compartmentation space. So we were currently sitting at 250 cubic feet of storage. Again, you'll see here another theme with transverse compartment all the way across, and we built this shelf to match the height of the transverse to give us as much storage space as possible. This is the 100-foot mid-mount Ascendant tower ladder. We chose to go with the mid-mount, which is actually replacing a rear mount, and this will be the first mid-mount in our fleet. But we chose to go with that based on its operational capabilities. We have 1 set of outriggers and 2 sets of downriggers on the front and rear of the apparatus. And then we have a capability of 77 to negative 20 degrees with the apparatus. Again, going back to our compartmentation space, we were able to mount the Stokes basket to the aerial, and we also added 2 saw boxes to the aerial, 1 on each side, to contain a chainsaw and a rotary saw. On the high side compartments above the tandems, we were able to transverse the top portion of this compartment as well, and that gave us the ability to add some more compartmentation space for what would typically be used as the hose bed for the Quint model. For the rear steps, we were able to select the upgraded steps as well, which have a positive lock in place and are a little more heavy duty than the standard step. They also come with an extra fold down should you be on a terrain or a grade that requires you to use that. On the rear of the vehicle, we actually were able to go with a high-vis light bar that actually has a rear view camera integrated into the light bar. That allowed us to clean up the rear of the truck and not have to look for a place to mount that camera, create another hole in the back of the apparatus. So we were really happy with how that turned out, really cleaned up the back of the apparatus. In the torque box, we had to work with Pierce, but we were able to maximize our ground ladder complement. We have 2 35s, 2 28s, and 3 16-foot ladders. We also have a 16-foot straight ladder up on the aerial, giving us a grand total of 200 feet of ground ladders. Pierce was able to accommodate all of our requests on that, and they were very helpful in making that come to fruition. You'll notice we also were able to notch the corners on all of these to continue that 45-degree chamfer on the body to allow us to have as tight of a turning radius as possible and lessen the chance of potentially coming into contact with any vehicles or obstructions. In the bucket, we went with the Akron Apollo Master Stream. It's a fully manual Master Stream. We chose to go with manual and not electric or automatic just based on the potential for failure. We've had some problems in the past with electronic failures, so we decided to keep that monitor fully manual. So moving down the officer side of the vehicle, the compartments pretty much match the driver's side. We do have SCBA storage on each side, 3 bottles built into each side. Here on the hydraulic reservoir, we were able to work with Pierce, and they fabricated a compartment door for us. The standard option on this piece of the truck is an open sight glass. And they were actually able to give us a door to protect that sight glass to prevent any hazing or wearing from sunlight, UV rays, and such. We have our waterway connection over here on the officer side. Again, this is 2,000 gallon per minute capable aerial. We were also able to request a custom cutout on the air filter cover, add a little pride to the apparatus. Finishing up back here on the front of the truck, I'm sure you'll notice that we mounted the Federal in the grill. That allowed us to keep it up off the bumper, go with an overall length on the bumper of 15 inches. Again, that was one of our goals with this apparatus, was to keep our bumper as short as possible to allow for as much maneuverability. We also were able to have a custom signboard mounted to the bottom side of the bumper, thanks to Pierce as well. We did go with the Whelen lights throughout the entirety of the truck. These are fully programmable lights, so we will work with Whelen once the apparatus is delivered to program the lights to the correct flash pattern that we're looking for. We also have FireTech headlights. We were very happy with how those turned out. Again, we did go with the high-vis seam lighting on 3 sides of the apparatus. As well, you'll notice in the rub rails we have the integrated Whelen ion LEDs, split red and white. We were very happy with how those turned out. And then on the rear of the truck, we did do the roto beams from Whelen. Thanks for coming out and joining us on our walk around on our 2020 Aero XT Tower Ladder. I just want to give a big thank you to John Thompson and the team at Atlantic Emergency Solutions for helping us make this truck a reality. Thank you.